Frankly, it was even difficult for me to read the story to the end. This was a very emotional incident. A beautiful little girl killed by the proprietor of her school, who had the duty of protecting her in the best way possible. It shows that the moral fabric of our country has been torn to shreds when we have a situation in which the proprietor of a school will kidnap a pupil. And that irresponsible fellow even went when Hanifa got missing. He went to the home of her parents to shed crocodile tears. Yet he knew in his heart that he was behind the ordeal of the family. This same fellow, even after he had killed her, he continued to harass the family for ransom, that they should pay ransom. If they don't pay ransom, that the child is going to be killed. And he knew in his heart that he had already taken the child's life. I mean, he was just shedding crocodile tears, just to divert attention. Was shedding crocodile tears when he visited the family home to divert attention from himself. And Hanifa is the only child, or was the only child of her parents. So you can imagine how painful this will be to those parents. I'm not surprised at the outpouring of outrage by Nigerians, because this is a particularly terrible case. That this proprietor of a school will kidnap a child, feed her with rat poison. The moment he discovered that the child will recognize him, he decided to take her life and then bury that in the shallow grave. You know, so it underlines the fact that we have to take the issue of kidnapping seriously as a country. Kidnapping is now the #1 crime in our country. Because when we are talking about banditry in the northwest, north central, banditry across all parts of our country, it is kidnapping that is the bulk of the banditry that we are seeing is actually kidnapping. Yes, we have cattle rustling and the rest, but it's actually kidnapping. Kidnapping is the biggest crime in our country. It has become the most lucrative. Now we have to find a way to get people to stop kidnapping fellow Nigerians. If we do not come up with laws at state and federal level that properly criminalizes kidnapping and applies the right and prescribes the right punishment, maybe even death penalty, we will not be able to solve this problem. There was a time in Uganda when rape was very rampant. What did President Museveni do? Because at that time, little girls were being kidnapped by HIV positive men who were led to believe that if you kidnapped, if you raped a virgin, you will be cured of HIV. So there was a rape epidemic in Uganda, and the president mobilized and got the parliament to pass a law prescribing death for rape. And the whole incidence of rape came down in Uganda. Every society deserves the kind of laws that it gets. In our country, we must come up with the right laws to criminalize kidnapping. If we do not do that, I mean, as I said earlier, I would want death penalty for kidnappers. And I would also want governors to stop the lily-livered attitude of not signing death warrants. If we still have death penalty in our laws, then anyone sentenced to death and his sentencing has been ratified by the highest court in the land, governors must go ahead and sign the death warrant so that that person can go and keep a date with the Almighty.